There's nothing else we can do. And remember this.
I'll say we'll stay. Look at me on Uncle Gus. I'm coming around the turn. I'm coming like a house afire. I'm way ahead.
Stop it, Michael. I say remember this. As far as Dave and Martha are concerned, you still have the swap shop and you're earning money. They mustn't find out the truth, you understand?
Yes, Mom.
Because no matter what happens to us, you're not going to ruin things again for them.
Can you imagine that? All upset when we got us a racehorse. Mom, if I didn't know you so well...
Yes, I'm afraid we all know each other too well.
Hello, Mom. We're back.
Hiya, Mom. What's for supper, Mom?
Ouch! There's a stew for supper, as usual. Did you get that fool horse entered in the race yet?
Fool horse. That's fine talk. Only today he breezed 3/4 and 1/14 flat hard hell wouldn't have blown out a match.
114. I asked you a simple question. When is Uncle Gus going to ride?
In a couple of weeks he shall parade postward. We've got to wait for our spots.
Yes, it's been a couple of weeks for the last 2 months. Michael, I told you not to clean those jockey boots in the kitchen. We're going to leave this house like we found it.
Oh, my.
Hey, that's right, isn't it? We get kicked out of here in 3 days, don't we?
Yes, in 3 days. And you sit there like a king reading that crazy horse paper. Do you realize we won't even have a roof over our heads?
Yes, maybe so, but in a couple of weeks we'll be right back on top again.
Yes, on top of the bread line. Oh, answer him, Michael. Tell him we'll pay him next week.
Okay, I'm getting good with that yarn.
There's just one thing I can be thankful for. That Dave and Martha don't know what's happening here. Dave ever found out.
Mom, now wait a minute. Nobody's going to find out about anything.
Hiya, son. Well, looky here.
Oh.
Hey, Mom.
All right, Mom. All right. I don't know. Well, I mean, act just like those letters you wrote. Everything's fine. Get it? Now stick to it. Stay in there and sit. Don't weaken, Mom.
Hiya there.
Hiya, Joe.
Hiya,
Dave.
Hello, Mother Dee. Oh, well, are you married? Are you on your honeymoon?
Better yet, we're going to be married right here.
Oh, that's so sweet of you. I did so want to see the wedding.
Well, that's what we thought. The whole family, you know.
Hey, David, you heard the news? Joe's got himself a race.
Up them,
Ouch!
What's the matter?
Michael, go straighten up your room. Oh, he's so darn fidgety. Go on.
Okay.
Well, how do you like the house?
Oh, it's quite a place.
Nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cozy little spot.
We're going to build a house ourselves pretty soon.
When do you have to go back?
Oh, in 4 or 5 days.
Oh,
What's wrong?
nothing. Only, we are moving in 3 days.
Well, what's the matter with this?
Well, it's kind of small.
Say, you must be a one-man riot around this town.
Doing what?
Say, how about getting married right here, huh? Throw a little feed somewhere so nobody will have to cook. Wine with the grub, maybe, huh?
That sounds great.
Yeah, it'll be kind of nice being all together again. Oh, say, Joe, I got a laugh for you.
What's that?
I brought all our old instruments along so you can dump them in the swap shop.
Oh, you did?
The accordion, the clarinet, and your guitar. Sure feel good to know they're gone, huh?
Yes, won't it?
Dave, look at me. Our own colors.
Hey,
Michael.
what's the idea of the jockey suit?
Look, Dave, I'm coming into the stretch. It's Uncle Gus by a head, Uncle Gus by a length, Uncle Gus pulling away. Look at me go.
Hey, what is this? What's the idea?
Well, that's what I wanted to tell you. I'm a real apprentice jockey now, and I'm going to ride Uncle Gus that Joe traded for his swap shop. And I'm going to win on him, too, because we got to win on him on account of getting kicked out of this place. Can you stay and see me ride, Dave? Can you...
Shut up. Well, Joe, what's this all about?
Well, there's nothing much to tell except that we've got this Uncle Gus to the swap shop. We got a chance to make a lot of money, though.
And you're going to get kicked out of here.
David, I don't think we ought to burden Martha with any family trouble.
This is a great thing to walk into after planning like we did. Martha, you step outside for a few minutes, will you?
Well, certainly. But, Dave, no matter what happens...
Please, Martha.
All right, darling.
Now, David, I think...
It was nice reading your letters how well Joe was
Well,
doing.
I thought it was better.
Yeah, better to lie instead of telling me the facts. That Joe's no better than he ever was. That he can no more take care of the family than he can fly. Well, what are you using for money?
Well, there's a fellow down at the pool hall
We have
promised...
credit.
Yeah, sure, we got...
Swell. And who's going to pay off?
I am. As soon as my horse starts a running.
Joe, if I thought it'd do any good, I'd sock you right in the kisser. All right. Now, where do you stand and how long can you hold out?
Well, it's like this.
Well, Dave, what's the bad news?
Can you imagine a guy like that sending for his family?
They're broke, aren't they?
They're $400 in debt, not a chance to pay off. And mother and the kid living on beans.
What are you going to do about it?
Well, there's only one thing to do. Stay here and get them straightened out.
And me?
Oh, well, maybe it won't take long, Martha. If you'll only wait.
Oh, but why? Let's be married tomorrow, just as we planned, and I can stay here and help.
Drag you into this mess? Marry you into a family that won't even have a place to hang its hats?
I'll get a job here. That'll help some.
Can't you understand, Martha? That the one thing I want to do is to give you that house and everything we've talked about. But marrying you now, moving you into a lot of trouble, I'm not going to do it.
Oh, Dave, you don't think the way I do and never will. Because if you did, you wouldn't care what was happening. You'd only know that you loved me, and nothing on earth could stop you from marrying me.
Martha.
Oh, they'll never change this family, and I love them for it. I'm going home now, Dave, and I don't want to hear from you until you realize that they're going to be just as much a part of our future as we are, trouble and all. You'd better find that out in a hurry, Dave. Goodbye.
Dave, where's Martha?
She's gone, and I don't blame her.
Why?
After what you've done, you pull that? Joe, if I did half what I wanted to do, I'd kick you all the way back to Stokesbury. I've lost Martha. I'm losing my job on account of you. And now I'm almost losing my mind. Now grab that guitar and stand up.
What for?
Go on, you too, Mike. Get your accordion.
What did I do?
It's not what you did, it's what you're going to do. Now play.
Play what, Dave?
Play anything.
Okay.
Joe, you sing.
Now listen, Dave.
Sing before I ram this clarinet down your throat. Now we're going to rehearse, see? And we're going to get a job. I'll put this family back on its feet if I have to break everybody's leg doing it. Now louder. Louder.
I am. A small fry strutting by the pool. Small fry should be in the school. My, put down that cigarette. You ain't a grown-up high and mighty yet. Small fry dancing for a penny. Small fry counting up how many. My, you just listen here to me. You ain't the biggest catfish in the sea. You practice packing all day long to some old radio song. Oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, yes. You'd better listen to your pa. Someday practice the law, and then you'll be a real success. Small fry, you kiss the neighbor's daughter. Small fry, get on back in the shallow water. Seems that I should take you across my knee. You ain't the biggest catfish in the sea. You've got your feet all soaking wet. Blamed you'll be the death of me yet. Oh, me, oh, my small fry. Smash, huh, Dave?
Well, I don't think so. Every night I work on this joint, I feel more like cutting my throat.
Oh, yeah, but when Uncle Gus wins tomorrow, oh, boy, will we be loaded.
Win?
Well, it's a sure thing, I hope. What do you say, Mike?
Well, Joe, I've been excited so long thinking about riding Uncle Gus that now I'm kind of shaky, but I'll be all right tomorrow.
Where are you going?
Well, that manager guy said he wanted to see me. I'll be right back.
Well, what would the manager want to see Mike for?
Oh, come in, Mike.
Yes, sir?
I want to meet a friend of mine, Harry Ringmer. How are you, son?
Glad to know you, sir.
Mike's the kid I was telling you about, Harry. He works for me here, and he has his jockey papers to ride his brother's horse.
Sit down, kid. What's the matter? You nervous?
No, sir. Just, riding my first race tomorrow.
Mr. Ringmer's got a horse in that race, too. Mr. Banks.
Oh, Mr. Banks is a good horse, but ours is better.
Think you'll win, huh?
I got to.
Why?
Well, we already caused my brother David a lot of trouble, and his girl, and just family reasons.
Oh, that's too bad.
How do you mean?
Well, you're plenty green, kid. Lots of things can happen out there to spoil your cake. For instance, the rail.
Well, what about the rail?
Well, when the other boys start crowding, it's tough going. I've seen it tear a kid's leg right out of the socket, throw him under the horses.
Well, I ain't afraid.
You really need that dough, don't you?
We sure do.
Well, there's a way of turning a race into a sure thing sometimes. You know what I mean?
And that's what my brother Joe likes, a sure thing.
You got a smart brother, kid. He knows what he's talking about.
He's smart, all right.
Sure he is. We can help your family out by taking your brother's tip. No worry about losing the race. No risk. No nothing. Just play the sure thing.
Huh?
Now, look. You've got $400 coming to you. If you win. Now, suppose another horse crowds you. What if you get pocketed and shoved up against the rail? What have you got? Nothing. Now, look. Ever see one of these before?
No, sir. $100 bill.
Well, that's yours. And 3 more like it tomorrow. If you don't win.
If I don't win? Hey.
Yeah. Like your brother says. The sure thing. You want to help your family, don't you?
Yeah, sure I do.
Okay. Al, would you mind stepping outside for a minute?
Not at all, Harry. Not at all.
Thanks. Now, look, son. Hey, Al. Al, you see Mike any place?
Mike? Oh, yeah, he just went back to the dressing room.
Thanks.
Joe, wait.
Huh?
How do you think Uncle Gus will do tomorrow?
Oh, he'll win. He'll gallop, of course.
If you were a gambling man, I'd take you up on that.
I'm sorry, Al. I don't bet. What kind of odds?
2 to 1. It's as good as you get at the track tomorrow, maybe better.
Oh, yeah. Al, boy, you ought to be a little more careful with your dough. This Uncle Gus is a sure thing.
Well, if that's the way you feel.
You go on, put your hay in the bank. Anyway, I wouldn't bet couldn't bet. No chance. I haven't got a dime.
What difference does that make? You're working, aren't you? You get paid every week.
Al, you serious about this?
Sure, I want to bet against your Uncle Gus. I'll put up plenty, too.
Al, I wouldn't do this, only... You see, I'm sort of on my good behavior, if you know what I mean. And... Well, sure thing's a sure thing. Okay. You got a bet.
We pause now for station identification. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System. We'll be back in just a moment with Act 3 of Sing You Sinners. Meanwhile, listen to this.
Butter, 24 points a pound.
Loin of pork, 12 points.
And a porterhouse steak, when I can get it, is 10.
Well, even margarine's up to 12 points. Why, remember when that's all butter cost.
I just don't see where I'm going to get enough points for it all.
Cheer up, ladies. There are extra red points waiting for you at your butcher's. 2 points for every pound of used fat you turn in. I know it's hard to save more fat when you're getting less meat, but it can be done. Here's how. First, keep your salvage can handy, near the stove where it'll be ready to receive every drop. Then, after you've poured fat into the can, scrape the roaster, broiler, or frying pan with a spoon to get what's left in the corners. And don't forget to melt down those scraps of fat left on plates at the table. If you like boiled ham or frankfurters, set aside the water you've cooked them in and let it cool. Pretty soon you can skim quite a bit of soft white fat off the top. Poultry, too, yields a lot of fat, a point-free source of extra tokens if you don't use it in baking. All these things mount up, help you get more red points, and at the same time, help supply the government and industry with thousands of necessities for the war and home front.
But do they still need so much fat? The war seems to be going so well with victory in Europe so close.
But don't forget the Japs still hold many of the oil-producing Pacific islands. And even on the ones we've just liberated, it'll be quite a while before they get into production again. So this year, it's up to us at home to turn in 100 million more pounds of fat than we did last year. Surveys show that 6 out of 7 women aren't salvaging all the used fat they could. And only if everyone does a 100% job will there be enough to meet the demand. The government especially urges housewives in small communities or rural sections to ask their county or home demonstration agent where to turn in the fat they've collected. Remember, our country needs every drop from everyone. We return you to Mitchell Lyson.
As I mentioned before, we will interrupt this broadcast for any important news bulletins. Be sure to join us after the play tonight, when we'll take you backstage for a brief talk with Bing Crosby and his co-stars. And now, here's Act 3 of Sing You Sinners, with Bing Crosby in the role of Joe, James Dunn as David, Joan Caulfield as Martha, and Elizabeth Patterson as Mrs. Beebe. The afternoon of a big race. 3 minutes before the horses go to the post. Just outside the jockey's dressing room, the gambler Ringmer waits for Mike. As the boy comes through the door, Ringmer grabs him quickly.
Just a second.
Oh. Hello, Mr. Ringmer.
How do you feel, kid?
Fine.
Another $300 is waiting for you.
Yes, sir.
You know what else is waiting for you if you're trying to get funny.
What do you mean?
It'll be the last trick you ever try on or off the track. Now, remember that.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll beat it.
Yes, sir.
Hey, boss. Pete, did you get the bet down?
Oh, sure. I got the whole $3,000 covered at 2 to 1.
Nobody got wise. It was my money, huh?
We got $6,000 in sucker money the minute Mr. Bank wins. Hey, you sure that jockey on Uncle Gus won't cross you?
I'm scared to death. Even if he does try to pull anything smart, my jockey will take care of it. Come on, let's go.
Hey, this is the only way to bet on the thing. Riders ready, 2 minutes. Everything okay, Mike?
I guess so, Joe.
Listen, don't get excited. You just pretend it's a regular workout, see? Of course, don't go forgetting it's a race now. Just sort of, well, you know, just relax.
Yeah, Joe, sure.
What's the matter with you? You feeling funny?
No. The only reason we want to win is the money, ain't it, Joe? We sure need the money, don't we?
We need the money, all right. More ways than one.
How else do you mean?
Well, I wasn't going to tell you because I didn't want to get you upset, but I bet our next 10 weeks' pay against $2,000 if we'd win it.
Joe, this is awful.
Why?
I know it's wrong, but I was only trying to do like you always said. The sure thing, Joe, you know, the sure thing.
What did you do?
The man that owns Mr. Bank has given me $400 to lose the race.
What are you talking about?
It's terrible, ain't it, Joe? But we needed the money, and
Quit
like you
telling
said-
me what I said.
But lots of
Shut
times
up. Riders up. Come on. Get up there. All right, on the track. Look, Mike, I've done some wrong things myself, plenty of them. But what you've done that's cheating. You can see that, can't you?
I got mixed up, Joe.
No, Michael. Whatever we do, we can't do anything crooked. We mean too much to each other, this family and everything. That if one of us gets in a jam, why, it's going to hurt all of us. What if Mom found out, Mike?
I see what you mean. I just didn't have it straight, what you meant about the sure thing.
I know, it's all my fault. Here I am trying to tell you what's wrong, and I'm out betting yours and Dave's share 10 weeks' pay.
You were just trying to make money for all of us.
Well, I wish you wouldn't feel that way, Mike, about me, because I'm wrong lots of times, but I gave you this bad steer without meaning to. Now, maybe it'll be better if you figure these things out for yourself in the future, huh?
Whatever you say is okay with me, Joe.
All right, then. Now, let's go on out there and win this race, huh?
But I already got that $100. Here, I didn't know where to hide it.
I'll take care of it. You just go out there and win the race.
You'll stick with me, won't you? You'll stick with me if anything happens?
You're darn tootin'.
That's swell. You just watch me. We'll show you. Me and Uncle Jack. How's everything, Joe?
Oh, everything's great. Fine.
Don't Mike look cute sitting up there all alone?
Yes, I hope you don't finish that way. Hey, Dave. What? Dave, come here a minute. There's liable to be trouble if our horse wins. You coming out the barn after the race?
Why?
Well, Ringmer's paying Mike $400 to lose the race to Mr. Bank, and I just told Mike to go on up and win it.
But why in the world?
All my fault. Now, he thought he was doing what I'd do. He's trying to get some money for us.
Now, look, what's so important about this race? The purse money doesn't amount to a hill of beans, and we haven't got any bets. Or have we?
Well, yes, Dave, we have.
How much?
Look, Dave, I hate to tell you this.
How much?
Well, 10 weeks' salary.
10 weeks.
Now, don't get sore.
Don't get sore. I ought to break your
I
neck.
know,
Say,
Dave.
what are you two talking about?
Oh, nothing, Mom. Nothing at all. We just. Oh.
Horses are in the starting gate. It looks like a start. And there they go! Running into the back stretch, it's Mr. Bank in front by half a length to the inside. Sandy Man on the outside is second by a length and a half. Uncle Gus is third.
Hold it, Mike. Get right. Come on.
At the half kick, Mr. Bank in front of the rail by 2 lengths. Sandy Man on the outside is second by a length and a half. Uncle Gus is third between horses. Sanctuary is fourth and Uncle Gus is moving up on the inside. It's Mr. Bank in front of Uncle Gus is second by a length and Sandy Man is third.
Hey, boss, look at that. He's out the wind. He's crossing you, boss. He better not. I tell you, he's trying to win. Uncle Gus is sack. Shut up. He won't cross us. If he does, I'll break every fight.
They're coming into the stretch. It's Mr. Bank in front by a length and a half. Uncle Gus is second by a length. And Fancy is third. It's Mr. Bank and Uncle Gus. And they're fighting hard. They're head and head. It's Mr. Bank and Uncle Gus. They're coming down the field now with Uncle Gus.
It's all over, Mom. We win it.
Well, Mike, you sure rode a great race.
I was scared, Joe. They shoved me into the rail, so I shut my eyes. But I won, Joe, didn't I, huh?
Oh, it was great work, Mike. Great.
Hey, look. There he is, Joe. Ringmer. He's got a guy with him.
Come on. Hey, you got nothing to worry about, see? Just keep going.
Hello, kid. Nice race.
My brother's going to give you back your 100.
I'll take care of this, Mike. Here, Mr. Ringmer. This belongs to you, doesn't it? The next time you get some extra money, you'll have to find a better way to spend it. We don't go for that.
Yeah?
That's right. Glad you like the race. Come on, Mike.
Come back here, you.
Leave that kid alone.
Grab this guy, Pete.
No, you
Listen,
don't.
you.
Look out, Joe.
Why, you town kid, I'm going to teach you what it means.
Let me
Come
go.
on, run, Mike. Run.
Dave, help.
Shut up.
Hey, Mike, where are you?
Over here, Dave. Come on, take him. Get in there.
Take your hands off that kid. All right, sucker, you asked for it.
Keep after him, Dave. Work on him, boy. Tend to your own cooking. Get out of here. Bring out this guy.
I got to help. Let go of my brother.
Oh, fight me, will you? Oh, I'll break your neck.
Mike, what's the matter? What's the matter? It's a fight, Mom. It's a fight, can't you see? Oh, Dave, Joe. Are you winning?
We ain't losing. Here's another one for luck, you bum.
Yeah, how do you like this, mister?
Oh, all right. All right. Let me
Quit.
Oh,
Quit, I tell you.
Okay.
Have enough. Let me alone.
Go on, get out of here. Take it on the arm.
Come on.
Get out of
He's
here.
running. Look at him. Oh, boy.
Well, Dave, I guess we took him over.
Yeah. We sure did. We sure... Go.
Dave! He fainted. He fainted.
Dave, get up. What's the matter with you? What do you want to go and do? Oh.
No.
Now, let's see. We got to figure this out. We won $2,000 on the bet.
That's right.
$425 on the win. And $37 that we had saved up before. That's 7 and 5 is 12 and 6. $2,462.
Wow, we're millionaires.
And you're still earning $100 a week with your music.
Oh, that's out. We're quitting tonight.
But why?
Well, Dave's pulling out to see if he can get set somewhere, and I figured we'd take Uncle Gus east to the big races. We don't need music anymore.
I see.
Keep moving. That's the ticket. New faces, new places, mix.
Maybe buy another horse, huh, Joe? And start a big-time
It's not a
stable?
bad idea. We'll be in that winner's circle in Kentucky one of these days,
Well,
boss.
suit yourself. You're on your own now.
Oh, it's a cinch. We're really going to town, huh?
Yep, old Quick Money Joe.
You haven't asked me what I'm going to do yet.
What do you mean?
Well, you're quitting your music, even though it pays you the best steady money you'll ever earn in your lives, just because you've had one lucky day. Dave's going one way and you're going another.
Oh, but with you and Mike.
Not with me. Huh? I'm telling you. I've raised the three of you, and I know you'll never amount to anything unless you stick together. Now what happens? David's trying to run away from himself just on account of a little trouble with Martha. And you're going hog wild in a silly business that'll break you flatter than a pancake. What if Uncle Gus gets a stomachache?
Got a sick
What have you
horse.
got then? Even Michael can't talk about anything but racehorses and tracks and sure things. What's he going to grow up to be? Now, I mean it. If you boys walk out on your job, I'm walking out on this family.
Oh, Mom, you're crazy.
Thank you.
Well, I don't mean you're crazy, Mom. Of course I don't mean that, but we know what we should do, Mom.
All right, I'm leaving.
Oh, but Mom.
Mom, you shouldn't act like that. You need someone to take care of you.
I'll take care of myself, don't worry.
Oh, but
Well,
listen.
maybe we can figure this thing out, Mom.
Not the way you're figuring now. I'm going upstairs and pack.
Well,
Gee, I wonder what's come over her.
She sure acts like she means business.
well, I guess there's only one thing to do.
Telegram, miss. Sign here.
Oh, thank you. Dear Martha, we and our music are going to stay in Los Angeles. Please come back and marry the four of us. Love, Dave.
I wouldn't take all the wealth on Wall Street for a road where nature tries. And I calculate I'm worth my weight in goldenrod. Lucky me, I can live in luxury, 'cause I've got a pocket full of dreams.
Our stars return for their curtain calls in just a moment. Whose picture is that, Libby? A new beau?
Uh-huh. He's all of 3 months old.
A little too young for the army yet, isn't he?
Yes, but the war's affecting his life, too. Just the other day, his mother said...
Oh, honestly, Libby, you've no idea the time I'm having getting diapers for my offspring. Why, I've combed every store in town, and I still can't get enough.
What did you tell her, Libby?
Why, that the Army needs 136 yards of cotton material per year to equip every soldier from his overseas cap to his socks. Now, that's enough to keep 3 babies well-dressed. So wartime infants just have to get along with less.
Hasn't the government done anything about it?
Oh, they're even investigating the situation in Congress. But there just doesn't seem to be enough cotton to go round.
What's the poor girl going to do?
Well, I gave her one tip that'll help her stretch the supply she has. I told her to lux them so they'll stay soft and comfortable longer. That way she can use the same ones over and over again. Get along with 2 dozen instead of 3.
Sound advice, Libby. These days when so many things babies wear are hard to get, it's extra important to take care of what you have. Use safe, gentle Lux suds for everything that touches his tender skin. Never use harsh soaps that may leave a film of irritating alkali. Lukewarm Lux suds keep babies' pretty colored dresses and sweaters new-looking longer, too. Use gentle Lux flakes for all babies' things. Here's Mitchell Lyson, our guest producer.
As a producer, I'm going to venture a prediction. That in the future, you'll hear a lot about one of the young stars in our cast. supported by Elizabeth Patterson, Joan Caulfield, and James Dunn. You know, he's shown real promise on our stage tonight. Bing Crosby.
Mitch, you think this might open up something for me in the Dr. Gillespie series?
Well, Lux has a way of making stars and flakes.
You mean, Mitch, that for Crosby there is hope.
And for hope, there's Kelowna. Always.
Well, Bing, I can give you some encouragement so far as pictures go. Last time I left this stage, I got a call from Fox to take the part of Johnny Nolan in A Tree Grows in Brooklyn.
And, Jimmy, when you leave this stage tonight, I hope you get another phone call for his bigger part.
Speak for me, too, won't you, pal?
Actually, Mitch, Bing doesn't have to worry whether he clicks in radio or pictures. He has other interests.
You mean horses, Elizabeth?
Oh, Bing's horses aren't an interest. They're a liability.
Elizabeth means Bing owns part interest in a fighter.
Oh, I get it. You mean his company made the great John L. Tell us about the picture, Bing.
Well, I'm afraid, Mitch, people might misunderstand. I wouldn't want to stoop to crass commercialism on this.
Well, if that's the way you feel about
Of
it.
course, if you're going to press me, I
Oh,
might...
no. You have a right to your high principles, but I bet you have a winner in that picture, Bing.
If he hasn't, he's back in that same old betting groove.
James, you know I never bet.
No?
Of course, I occasionally see a chance of parlaying a handful of greenbacks into an acre of lettuce or two. I take the bite, I plunge, I sail, I go.
That's not betting?
No, that's double talk, Mitch. But tell me, what do you have in the way of a winner on Lux next Monday night, Mitch?
Next week, we bring you from 20th Century Fox the story of a great man and a great dream. Alexander Graham Bell, with June Dupre and Don Amici. Among the many colorful sagas for America, few have as much suspense and romance as the life of the great inventor who enabled man to speak to his fellow man in every corner of the globe.
I wouldn't miss it, Mitch. Thanks and good night.
Good night.
Good night, and all our thanks. Our sponsors, the makers of Lux Flakes, join me in inviting you to be with us again next Monday night when the Lux Radio Theater presents Alexander Graham Bell with Don Amici and June Dupre. This is Mitchell Lyson saying good night from Hollywood.
Sing Your Sinners was presented through the courtesy of Paramount Pictures, whose current production is Salty O'Rourke, starring Alan Ladd and Gail Russell. Mitchell Lyson's next picture to be released for Paramount is Kitty. James Dunn appeared through the courtesy of 20th Century Fox. Our music was directed by Louis Silvers. Bing Crosby appeared through the courtesy of the Kraft Cheese Company. Tune in again next Monday night to hear Alexander Graham Bell with Don Amici and June Dupre.
It's strawberry time. Now treat your family to luscious strawberry chiffon pie, tender, delicate shortcake made the Spry way. Clip sugar-saving recipes from Spry's ad in leading women's magazines for May. And remember that big word for baking and frying success, Spry. That's right, pure, all-vegetable shortening at its creamy best. S-P-R-Y.
Be sure to listen in next Monday night to the Lux Radio Theater presentation of Alexander Graham Bell with Don Amici and June Dupre. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.